Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Trevor Cutmore and I'm talking about tenants this month. Each week you're going to get a new video and we will look at different style of tenants in different houses and how to get the best from tenants, because at the end of the day tenants are our clients, and how do we treat our clients is a big thing, and how do we do with complaints, and that's what I'm doing this week. Complaints from tenants. Each week we will look at perhaps a different way that the houses are set up, but this is something that happened just over a month ago for me in one of our service accommodation properties. My son moved off to France, back to France, and there was just a blip and he completely missed in organising or notifying the cleaner to go in. And this particular client of ours is quite a regular one, comes every week and has 3 or 4 days normally about that. So a very important client. And unfortunately, he's gone in, not be able to raise my son for whatever reason, couldn't get through on the phone, and suddenly I get a message, just arrived in the property, it's an absolute mess, I'm very, very angry. I got on the phone straight away and I said, look, I'm extremely sorry, I will get a cleaner there immediately. So I ring the cleaner is on holiday. I ring another cleaner, they can't go. I ring a third one and again they can't go, so I can't get anyone that day. Fortunately in the house there was some clean linen. We always leave an extra set of clean linen because if somebody has the sofa bed downstairs they can have that, so there's a whole set of clean linen there. I said to the client, I said, look, I'm really sorry, I cannot apologize enough. I said, if you don't mind, if you can remake the bed, we will get someone there tomorrow. Now the thing is that I ended up, and I was actually coming back from France at the time, and I ended up going myself the next morning. Went in, sorted it out, and I did a video of that last month, and many of you are probably laughing and think, what are you doing? But it just fell in one of those moments in time that there was no one else about and it had to be done. So I went in, tidied it up and everything, changed the beds, and that was that. But I also took in a bottle of wine, a nice bottle of wine, some food that they could have for dinner, and also some cheese and cheese biscuits as a small apology. Why did I do that? Well, simple. Many years ago I was a chef, a professional chef for 25 years, and I worked in some of the top places in London, in Mayfair and Knightsbridge, and we had to deal with complaints. Now as you know, and I get all my advice from Leslie Towell from dealing with service accommodation, and she really helped me with setting up, and she knows everything about service accommodation. You should check her YouTube out, Leslie Towell. The thing is, systemization, very important, and to deal with a complaint there's a very easy system to do it. And if you were to write happy, HAPPY, and use that one letter for each action, and it really does make a difference. It's what I've done since I started in catering, right back over 40 years ago. But I learnt this little thing of dealing with a complaint, and it's always stayed with me. So H, how did it happen? Well, the answer to that is very easy. It was a miscommunication because my son was moving, and because of the busyness it just got missed. And for why it wasn't set up automatically, I don't know. I don't do those things, and so now we've got someone else in place, and hopefully that will never happen again. But as you know, human error does creep in sometimes, or even digital computer error can happen. So the thing is, it's not about always trying to avoid it. What do you do when it happens? And so we've looked at it. How did it happen? There was an error. We've tried to now mitigate that error by putting it in a system, and that's now being run by one of the companies that does the cleaning for us, and so that should link that up and it shouldn't be missed. So that's one thing. A, apologize. It's funny, in the time that we live now, apologizing for something seems to be something that a lot of people try not to do. Why? Because they take the blame for it. It was our fault. We apologized. I said, I am so sorry, and I wanted to do something, and so hence the gifts to put in there to make a small gesture of how sorry we really were. The next one is P, put it right, and that's very important. Now sadly we couldn't put it right on the day that they moved in, and we asked them for them to sort it out a little bit, and that's where it got a bit difficult. But we did that, and we did a nice job, kept in relationship, And the key thing about putting it right is communication, second to none. If you just leave it and don't speak or communicate with your client, you're going to lose them as a good client, and that's something which you don't want to do. So I kept on communicating. I'm really sorry, what is there anything else I can do today, etc., etc. And we stayed in communication. So from being really annoyed in the first day, I can tell you by the second day he was thanking me. He said, "Thank you, Trevor, thank you, you've done more than enough to put it right," etc. The second P, prevent it from happening again. Okay, so very much that P is linked to how did it happen. A lot of people, when something goes wrong, they fix it, but they don't look to prevent it from happening again. This is really, really important. So that's something that we've worked hard on, and we feel now that we have managed to put that in place, especially with the cleaning company that also do management of the Airbnb, the booking.com, etc., and using management systems for the calendar and everything, that now we feel that it's all interlinked because the cleaners are there. So the fact of the issue with the cleaner should not happen again. Can something else go wrong? Of course it can. There could be a double booking or whatever, which would be a systemization problem, which again we would sort out. And finally, why? Why is your actions save the day? The key word in that for me is action. By taking action, you apologize, you stay in relationship with the customer. The customer comes to realize that you are sincere in your apology by giving some gifts, and then you can move forward and you stay in relationship. So that client will continue to come, because although we made a mistake, they are fully understanding that we are sincerely sorry, and they like to come back because they now know that if there is an issue, we will put it right. We won't just stay quiet. And the key thing is they have contactability, so they can contact me, it'll go to my son first, or it comes to me. So guys, I hope you like this video. It's just short ones once a week now to give you some information. We're going to look at tenants in other scenarios in the next 3 sessions. Tenants, clients. I think clients are a much better word. Why? Because they're the ones that really sort of give us what we want, a better lifestyle, through the income that we earn through them. Guys, I wish you all the best, every success in your property journey. Stay safe and God bless.
Namaste.